Hello and welcome back to B-Dog Digital, and we are doing another episode of Hidden Northeast. So right now I'm walking through Olivia's Forest again because we're going to be walking to a new trail that I've never heard of. Well, it's not new, it's apparently been around for a long time. It's called Welcome Woods, and I've never heard of the place. It's not listed on the maps, Google Maps, or All Trails, but it's supposed to be another trail system that is hidden in Smithfield, Rhode Island. You can get to it from Ridge Road, so that's where I'm heading to right now. I'm gonna walk down, and first part, we're gonna see if we can find this trail system. I have actually never heard of it until really recently. I had someone in the comments mention that it was a cool spot to check out, so I'm gonna go do it. It's a beautiful evening. It is getting close to 6 p.m., so we're gonna get a nice golden hue in the sky. And I'm hearing this place has a lot of hardwood trees and stone walls and wildlife, so we'll see what we can find out there. It's supposed to be an old cart path from, I'm assuming, the mill days over here, or even pre-industrial age possibly. So they used to bring the carts and farming equipment through. It comes out on the other side near where Farnham Pike is, near Cumberland Farms apparently. So again, I've never been here, and I'm gonna go, first of all, see if I can find the entrance, and secondly, we're gonna go check the place out and see what it has to offer. So come and join me. So I've said in earlier videos that there's a virus or a nematode, like a parasite rather, that's killing the beech trees in this area. You can see how a lot of them are really shriveled up. This is not because of the fall season. This is because of this parasitic nematode that apparently eats the leaves, and the trees become very sickly. You can see they're not looking very good. It's sad, and I think it can take a long time to really affect the trees, but judging by the way these look now, they all seem to have this strange parasite. So it's called beech leaf disease, or BLD. That's what I had looked up. It's an interesting thing. I think there's similar types of like parasites that live in Florida on certain types of date palms as well, that it kills the tree from the inside out and the tree falls. But yeah, you can see a lot of the beech trees here just look all shriveled up, and I don't think any of them are untouched. They all have it in some form, I think. Look at this big boy here. There's a big knot on this tree, or really massive looking tree trunk. Alright, so we made it out of Olivia's Forest, and right now we're walking down Ridge Road, and I'm going to follow the road all the way down until I should see the entrance to Welcome Woods on the right. So let's see what the place has to offer. Free art. Look at all that. That's cool. Alright, so I ended up finding the entrance right behind me over here on Ridge Road. It's pretty crazy because you can barely see it, but it's right here in this trail system, covered in these wormwood plants. And I would have never have noticed or found this. Wow, it even looks like there was some like quarrying done over here. You can see a hole in the rock. So again, I feel like these were old cart paths. You can see the cement blocks, and that trail looks like it's going to go right down there, so let's check it out. I can't believe that there was this hidden trail right here in Smithfield that I had never known about. So I really, again, don't know what I'm about to see in these woods, and I don't know if it's a straight trail that goes way down or not, but it's already looking really cool. Okay, so here's an old stone wall. You can tell it's really old because it's like not even properly built anymore. There's all these like destroyed large rocks. Initial impressions of this trail, it is really cool. I mean, right now it just looks like a straight path, kind of similar to the Woonasquatucket Railroad Trail path. Like all the trails right now, because of the season, it is very buggy. But we're not too deep into the woods. There are like condos and houses on either side, it looks like. The trail's not really maintained and it is overgrown because, you know, you can't even really see it from the road. You have to really keep an eye out. Look at this. We got a down tree over here. It looks like it's a beech tree, just like we had said earlier. I wonder if it's related to the parasite, why it collapsed. But these leaves actually don't look that unhealthy. I don't think the tree's going to do very well anymore, though. So this land, I'm not sure why it's called Welcome Woods exactly. It is owned by the Smithfield Land Trust. So they also maintain the Latham Brook Preserve and many other different Smithfield trails. But we have this right here. This is kind of actually reminding me of the picnic grove a little bit, the George Washington picnic grove. It's just like an old trail that you can tell not a lot of people walk on or have walked on in a long time. I'm not seeing any other trails splintering off of it. It is just this one trail, but it's supposed to end kind of behind where Rangoons is, or Cumberland Farms, and then we can turn around on Farnham Pike. As far as like anything really interesting, I'm seeing some very large hardwood trees that they had mentioned. There's some, oh, got a squirrel in there. There's some eastern white pine trees. There's a lot of beech trees. And there's these big boulders, which, yeah, I mean, these look like they're the remains of an old stone wall that probably separated the land. Now look at this. This is really cool. You see the canopy over me right now. I'm not seeing a lot of interesting features though, besides the stone wall and a lot of greenery. I don't see any like, you know, abandoned structures really, or anything really interesting, any flowers. It's just kind of like your basic run-of-the-mill trail, it seems. Oh, where's this going now? Don't tell me this is going to go to someone's yard. Or it just might be overgrown. We got to walk through it. Behind me we got more of these stone walls. That's pretty wild. Okay, so do we have another trail on this side over here? Yeah, there's a yellow trail, looks like. I can take a look at the map and see what leads to where, but this looks like there's a yellow trail that goes down here. All right, so I just took a look at the map, and that way is going to lead to some condos or a yard. This way, this yellow trail is supposed to bring us down to back on Farnham Pike where Rangoons is. So let's see what kind of condition this one's in. It's interesting how the last trail was not marked and this one is. So I wonder if this is going to be in any better condition. Right now it looks even worse. I can still see it. So let's follow the trail. Yeah, this is the trail markers. Oh, this is pretty crazy. Oh, jeez. Look at this rock. I don't think I've ever seen a rock like this before. It's like a smaller, oh, that's actually another chunk of a rock in here. I don't know how it perfectly went over there, unless someone put it there. All right, yellow trail looks like it goes this way more. through this hole right here in this tree. Is the tree still alive? Yeah, looks like it is. Something dug in there. And yeah, this is a very unmaintained trail, but it's interesting. Look how many boulders there are and rocks. Wow, seeing those yellow trail markers guiding you through all this is nuts. If there wasn't the markers, I would not be thinking I was on a trail. Okay, we got a little brook, little stream. It's not very flowing right now. And then we got these big beech trees, it looks like. Look at these trunks. Wow. Those are massive trees. I can't seem to find the trail markers anymore, but it looks like it goes over here. So let's see. Oh, nice little stone bridge. And yeah, there's the yellow trail. Okay, looks like there's a few other ones too. There's a red trail. Okay. Let me take a look at the map now, because now I'm seeing there's a few different trails. So there is a red trail. Yeah, that original path that we were on earlier was like an unmarked trail off of Ridge Road, but as you get deeper into the woods, there's actually marked trails here. So somebody has been here and mapped the place out. I don't know how far I want to go in this red trail, just because this is going to go in the opposite way of my destination. I was trying to get to Farnham Pike, but I'm just taking a look, see how far this is. Yeah, this is a professionally marked trail too. You can see they got the right marker, so go right. It looks nice, and there's a lot of birch trees, or sorry, there's a lot of beech trees here. It looks nice, and there's a lot of beech trees here for sure. So look at that, the things collapsed. I'm just kind of curious as to where this goes. I'm going to follow it a little bit longer, and then we're going to turn around and get back on the yellow trail, because that looks like it's the right one I want to do. Look how some of these trees collapse on themselves, though. That's nuts. Falls right in between the other one. There's the wood. That's what they use to make your table. It looks like there's some serious termite damage in here too. Nuts. Wow, okay, a lot of people have been out here. 2025, it's pretty recent. Look at these markings. Star. I'll keep walking in here for a bit longer. This is very interesting. Wow guys, welcome woods, huh? I didn't think it was gonna actually be something like this with multiple trails, and I thought it was gonna go straight down, kind of like the railway does, but this is really cool. Not only do we have the trees, but there are some big rock formations in here. I'm just trying to map out this red trail, get a better idea of where this leads to. Look at these big stone boulders right here. Looks like it's going down this way. Yeah, these woods are really weird. I think I might turn around here to get back on the yellow trail, because this is looking like it's gonna keep going in the wrong direction. And it's eventually gonna probably just lead to the other side of the woods that I don't want to go to. I'll turn around up there at that red marker. You know, I'm just still going on this red trail right now, because now it's taking a turn over here. But what is this? I gotta see what the hell's over here. What? Look at this. Oh, this made it worth it to keep coming down here. Look at this place. So who would have thought, you know, just as I said, this place doesn't really seem to have anything interesting, like any interesting features or, you know, landmarks. There's a giant quarry in these woods. And this must have been part of the farmland originally. But this is really cool. doing some exploration. I already heard a frog or two jumping around, but let's see if we can see anything. And this looks fucking... Alright. Now this looks gross. What the hell is this? Oh my god. Ugh. Oh wow. That's a dead hawk. Oh my god. That is crazy. That's gross. It actually does smell. But that's a dead hawk. Wow. That's a first. I've seen deer antlers before in the woods, but I've never seen a dead hawk. Oh my god. I wonder how he died. Did he fall out of a tree or not fly? I don't know. But alright, so this is Welcome Woods. I'm at the quarry. Let's check out what's over on that side. Alright, the bugs are getting really bad, but I want to go down to this way of the quarry. We'll see if there's anything cool on this side, and then I'll just get back on the trails, I guess. I mean, I'm already in it now, and I'm glad I did follow this red trail, so I was able to find this stuff. Man, there's even more trails back here, too. I'm not going to be able to do all this tonight. The sun's going to be setting. Ugh. Okay. Oh, there's a frog over there. Jumping. That's nuts. Alright, let's get back on the trail. You can see how they have this land elevated right here. So this must have been one of the cart paths. They would take out whatever they were quarrying in this quarry out and bring it over here. I'm gonna have to go back to Sneech Pond soon. That was in Cumberland, and I explored there with Kevin and Mike, the two cavers, and yeah, there was a lot of material in that quarry that could have been taken out. A lot of different types of rock, like malachite and pyrite. All right, I'm gonna just keep going on the red trail because it looks like it might loop around back to the yellow. Oh, it did. Yep, there's the yellow trail right there. Wow, okay, so I did just go in one big circle. All right, so I'm glad that I did take that whole red trail because there was just one big circle around. Let's take a look at this yellow trail now, and we'll finish this one up because this will be the one that leads us back to our destination. Look at this. Old rotted mushroom. Got some hills. So there are some interesting geological features in here. I would definitely want to come back, and it's within walking distance of where I am, so we could do some future explorations in here. There's another quarry. Wow. Look at this. We got a pit over here. Oh, yep, you can see the little notches in the rock from where they carved it out right here. That's a classic sign of a quarry. I wonder if there's any caves around here, some talus caves. No, these rocks are too shallow for that. But that's a dried up quarry right there. We got this big old red mushroom. And then look at this tree, how it bent down so perfectly like this. At this angle. Nuts. So yeah, this is actually a much bigger place than I thought it would. You don't really get to see much of it online. There's not much on the map. I had to actually really deep dive into some AI to find information on this place, and they were right. There were multiple trails, and I remember that the AI had mentioned yellow and red. So yeah, I'm gonna actually see while we're doing this if I can dig up any other dirt or when this place was founded, and even like exactly what this was. Yeah, so apparently this land has been around at least since the 1800s. It's been settled by Rhode Island, residents. Used to be all farmland, I guess. You can tell by those stone walls that separate it, and these were cart paths that brought the quarry, the rocks from the quarry, from both sides of the street and shipped them out to probably the mills for material. There also was more than likely Native American history and foundations here as well. So this land was, lived on by Rhode Islanders for at least I would say 200 years. But besides that, you definitely do have the Native Americans that settled here as well. And it does have a lot of trails. It's a big place. It's at least 30 acres, it was saying. So the remainder of the yellow trail is that way. I'm gonna go check it out, but I do want to see where the blue trail does end up going over here, because this is interesting. This is something brand new. And you know, after seeing that rock quarry, you never know what you can find now. So I'll just keep walking and see if there's any other interesting features we can find. Maybe there might be something from the Native Americans. There's something right here. Look at these little stone structures. I don't know if these are cairns, or if you say it, cairns, whatever it's pronounced. So these could be Native American right here. It's very likely they could be. I mean, look at this area. This looks like a very historic, or rather prehistoric area. Well, let's get back on this blue trail. I'll follow this down for a bit, and then we'll see if there's anything else down by the yellow trail, because I think that I saw the exit over there. But this land is very uneven. Oh wow, the trail goes this way too. Let me take a look at the map and see if I can project where this is gonna come out. I think this trail might actually be the one that I want to go on to get out of here. I'm just gonna keep walking it. I do like places like this. I mean, there's nobody else here, so when you hike in these places, you're just with yourself and just pure nature. That's it. You gotta think of all the people that have walked these same trails for centuries when they were in a different form. You're walking on the same land that many other people in the past have walked on, and not many people now even know about. I think that this is probably gonna be the only video on Welcome Woods on YouTube. Wow, look at all this. Wow, look at all this tree bark that just looks like it was stripped off. I wonder if that was birds or if the thing just died and lost its bark. And you can see it collapse, and there's a blue trail marker right there at the end of it. So I did try to attempt to find out more information online about the name Welcome Woods, but all I could find is that there's no actual official name of this area. The Smithfield Land Trust does own it, I guess, which is why it is tagged up with these trail markers to at least help you get around, but it's not in like a real maintained or well-known place. The name Welcome Woods could just be something that, you know, more modern hikers attributed to the area. This place could just actually be unnamed for all I know, but I was told it was Welcome Woods. The blue trail looks like it just left now. Oh, okay, I see it right here, and there's another yellow trail too. Oh, that's interesting. All right, let's follow this way then. Look at those woods. There's a lot more of this tree bark. I think we are starting to get close to the end. And I find it really cool how the trails do kind of intersect. So I thought that I had to turn around, but that red trail ended up leading back to the yellow trail, which led to the blue trail, and back to yellow again. And we're walking down. I think we are almost to the end now. This seems like it may have been a little bit under 3 miles total, doing all these trails. I am seeing what appears to be the end of the trail in the street. So this is going to pull out to a cul-de-sac, I think. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, here it is. This is the street. All right, just exiting out of these woods right now. So, wow. You know, I would have never been able to see that if I just came up here. I would have never thought that that was a hiking trail. Actually, there's the yellow marker, so maybe, but I would have probably never have seen that. Wow. Yeah, all right, so I just got back out in the street right here. It looks like we are on Commodore Ave, but I found out though that this little street right here is actually called Welcome Street, and that's why it's called Welcome Woods, because the name of the street that the woods lead into. So that's what happened. That's what this is. As always, guys, I do appreciate you watching the video. Thanks for joining me on this awesome hike to Welcome Woods. And I'll have a lot more material where this came from. There's a ton of new or undiscovered trails around here. And if you know of anybody that I haven't covered yet, or any ones that I haven't covered, please let me know, so that way I can explore them with you in the next hike. All right, guys, have a great night.